Hey everyone, welcome to Planet Peppy. Me and Stormcloud here. Look, for the sake of objectivity and being open and honest, and I do want this to be an open channel. Even above talking and playing music, I want it to be an open and honest channel, or planet, I should say. Elvis. I don't understand. What was America thinking? Like, how come he was so popular? How come he's still so popular to like that baby boomer generation? And how come he is so idolized in this country, in the history of music in this country? He wasn't good. He was, you know what he was? He was America's first pop star. He had no talent. He was America's first pop star. He sold sex to like 13-year-old girls, and he was awful at it. His songs sucked. He had no rhythm, no melody. He wasn't even choreographed well. He just swung his hips around, and that was new and risque at the time. So it made people react. That wasn't even talented. He looked like a freaking idiot doing that. His songs don't stand up to the test of time. There's not one thing about him I could really like. He was a total sellout. He even did Hollywood movies towards the end of his career. And it's just that's Hollywood, man. That's like pop star. He was America's first pop star. And like, I just feel like that generation is being so stubborn about, like, it's almost like they're afraid to admit they were wrong about him and kind of embarrassed. So it's like, oh no, like, leave him alone, leave him alone. Like, I don't even think he reached like the world in terms of his music. I don't think the world paid attention to him. I think because it wasn't worth it. It wasn't worth it. It was a cultural thing in America that was new and right, America's first pop star. So that kind of like sparked this new thing that we have to pay attention to in terms of society and culture. And he was loved by 13-year-old girls. And like, yeah, I'm not saying they don't have like yeah, that's what pop stars do. That's what boy bands do, and that's what he was. And just he relied way too much on his looks. You know, with the leather jacket, trying to be like the Fonz or something. Like, get out of here. I'm sure he came first, but you get the point. And just his voice wasn't good. His voice was not good at all. It was so forced and like hokey and like, dude, that's not like a real sing. I don't know. It just really bothered me. It was not choreographed well. Swinging his hips around again. That was just new. Like like, he looked like an idiot doing that. Like anyone would do that. Like why did America think that was cool? Even like kids, like, come on, like that, like someone did that today on stage, you'd laugh him out of the arena. And but his music just does not hold up. There's not one song of his I ever really would want to listen to. And even in terms of like withstanding the test of time, in terms of pop music, even if you just look at it in terms of pop music, if you threw on an Elvis Presley song at like a boy band concert with all these like 14, 15-year-old kids, they'd probably scatter. They'd be like, get this at it. What is this? Like he's not even good in terms of boy band. There have been pop bands recently, in my opinion, that have more talent than his crew did. And I'll stand by that opinion. I will stand by that opinion. I don't understand what America was thinking. And there's a lot of hypocrisy in terms of American music and like music that was being funneled in throughout our history that I don't want to get too off topic here. I might get into more of that later in another video. But Elvis was no skill, no talent, looked good for the cameras, like make a bunch of like teenage girls scream, wave your hips around, like his music. I like, it's not even like, oh, I could see what they were. I could see why people maybe reacted to him because he was like, that was the first pop star. But like, how did anyone think he's good? And I get that maybe adults didn't like him because they thought he was risque, but like adults today, like they grew up and they didn't ever like, he wasn't that good. No, they still like hold on to that opinion. Like, it's like, how do you not? No, like no one. I don't think I've ever met anyone who was voluntarily put on an Elvis song, including my parents in that generation. And like, he is just seen as this rock god maverick who paved the way with all this talent and all this skill and changed music forever. He was a pop star, and he wasn't that very good. He was probably one of the least talented pop stars America's ever seen. He's kind of an embarrassment to American music, I think. I think he's a black eye, and I just don't understand why he's so praised. I think like, I don't get it. And I think towards the end of his career, again, like, the world didn't pay attention to him. I could be wrong about that, but I don't think the world paid attention to him. I think that was really just an American thing. Like, on, like, when the British invasion came a little soon after, it affected the world, because the world realized how good it was. And how did they not even realize then, like, oh God, now we're getting the Beatles and like all these great bands. How do you not realize even then, like 10 years later, Elvis sucked? Like, forget him. Like how is he still revered? He died on the toilet. Whatever, it doesn't matter. I don't like him. I don't think he is America's first pop star. That's what I see him as. And he didn't even do it well. He kind of was an embarrassment. I mean, just years later, like, so much better stuff was coming out, and even then, better stuff was coming out. You know, it was like, I've made my point. All right, Planet Pep.